Hello everybody, first month is here, finally in forest. It is, I don't know, it's 19th of January, sorry about that, I forget the date, don't need it now. It's about 19 January today, 2020, and finally we got some snow. Not really much here, 7 centimeters, about 3 inches of snow. That's nothing really. I'll show you a video from the other side, but if there's a road down there about half kilometers from here, so sometimes we can hear cars or some cars and maybe more, we'll see. But if there is none, it is just quiet, and that's what I love on winter forest. Just you can hear the snowflakes sometimes. You know, when the snow falls from the little branches, which can hold the weight, because the snow is actually, sorry, the snow is actually wet. So this is about 0 degrees of Celsius, so we'll see how this one will keep. We need more snow, but it's not like that. Anyway, it first reminded me, I wasn't in a snow area for a long time, I would say, maybe from last winter, and it just remind me how easy is to walk through terrain which you already know, but you can see. I mean, you can see where you step. If you can't see, everything is much more worse. You know, if it's slippy, or you know, when you go for up to here, or especially on the side of here, so you feel one leg is trying to go out, and simply everything is more complicated. So if we are thinking in survival and we forget, I mean, heat, food, and these things, even just walking, even running in that forest area, I dare to say kind of wild. It is not just really wild forest, but kind of in the mid-range. So it could be for us deadly, because sometimes you find some big branch under snow, and that, so you know that what I mean. So I show you some piece of this snowy forest. So here it is. I'll go further, but today I'll do something else. You'll see. It's nice, it's beautiful. Yeah, and that's, as I said, that's half kilometers on that way is a road. So oh, my knife friends, finally, if even I said I wouldn't or I want to make the video about this bootlegger number 2, I'm doing it now because I did some important changes. As I said in my room, I will do it, so I did, because it changed the knife really for me. So now it is one from, I got it always with me, sometimes on the belt, sometimes in my backpack or somewhere there, because it is so versatile, so compact. You can do so many things with that. So what I did generally, it was just one thing, I would say, or just, as you can see the thickness here and here, as you can see, it drops down from 6.5 quarter of an inch to 5 mils, about 0.2 of an inch. I removed completely the rip here, so it is flat. So the saw is not like that from the edge to the saw, because it was blocked, as I said, when you do the sawing movement. So it is flat now. Maybe even a little bit in this way, but I'm not sure. It's just feeling, because when you move your finger on the side, you feel the corners of the saw, which you should, because that's why it is the saw. So I will do just little things here to show you and me generally, because I just did some few movements just to feel how it improves, and it did in my eyes. So now I will test it for the very first time, so I would say all of us can see if the saw works better now than before, and I believe yes. So generally we know that the saw isn't made for sawing as a saw, so general sawing. So we'll see. Before that, if you see on our backyard, I can go deep about 3, maximum 4 millimeters with this, and then it really starts to pressure from the side. So we'll see. So I definitely passed the point. Now I feel it. Well, so I'm more deep. I'm more deep than all the silver lines, much more. So I'm deep about twice. So I'll take my gloves because it starts to be a little bit cold. So let's have a look how deep I am in that. Nearly in the middle. This is about 2 inches. So let's carry on. This is, by the way, oak, so you can see my head. I'm close to ground. I can break it now if I want. I don't. Okay. So that's it, generally. This is probably for the very first time on YouTube, as I have seen, you really saw through with this kind of branch. This is not crappy wood. It is oak branch, include the bark about 2 inches, as I said. You can see here, it's just like with a saw. Usually you leave something like that, but even that I could break it much more soon than now. But this one can show us, like the saw, especially if there is so many teeth here, is really ready to saw down small sapling. If that will be about, I wouldn't say twice thick, but about plus 50%, that will be nice sapling, and I can do it. I'm not saying comfortably, I'm not saying easy, but I can do it pretty much good, I would say, in this way. Why it isn't that easy? Not because the saw can do it, but because the grip here is so thin, so tiny, so my hand starts to be tired when I did so many of these movements, because sometimes the teeth are too wide, so they grab so much of wood. So I need really to use the pinky and the second finger, so to hold it. That's why it was hard, not because the saw can do it. If there will be some improvements, let's say put some lashing around the wrist, which will which helps me to pull just like that, it will be even more easy. So this is guys, I think for the very first time, as I said, on the YouTube, I never seen sewing with this such a saw. that real serious branch. This is not some, you know, tiny branch which you can spring. This is really, you can make a bed for you for a couple of months in a forest if you want to. So this is really something. So yes, and as I said, in matter of chopping, this is not definitely a chopper. I know. And the model one is a little bit. This is now even lighter than it was before. So not comfortable, definitely. Not something super, but it can do it. This is the same. This is the same wood, the oak. So this is it, and so I do it this. Wow, this is perfect. It's nothing really. This is a really very comfortable knife for the size and everything. And why I do like it, one from the thing I want the knife, because the sharp or strong tip I can drill, I can make a hole in the wood. As I said, I can make it even better for me to put something here in the hole. It is kind of strong tip. Have a look how deep I am from the bark, about like that, about centimeter, definitely. So if I go a little bit further, and okay, I'm definitely 1 centimeter deep. If I need to use it for some kind of like a plank, you know, if I do, let's say, carve a spoon or something, and I want to make a hole through that because I want to hang it on something, then, and I want to make a hole. So even if this is 1 centimeter, I can do it another one from the other side. Then I go 2 centimeters. That's that thick. That's serious thick, I believe. And of course I can go much more deep, but just this is in few seconds. I said 30 seconds how much it done. So that's really great. Of course I can, this is not really long, but this is too short. But as you can see, I can use the saw on it. It will be safer, I believe, because as I said, this knife isn't that strong in this movement, so I don't want to beat it up really. So I did it in this way. Of course I can go, okay, I'll finish it in this. This is even better than to do it that way. So guys, that's the thing. That's really the main reason why I bought the knife, because of that long saw, which is really useful for not only for notches, but if you got this one and say folder or something, you don't want to really destroy your folder. This is not really strong knife, but it is not heavy also. It's 170 grams about. It's very light for the 5 inches blade. So you can save both of your edges using this way. Go for half, break it, then maybe split it or whatever. I don't know how I will work with that, but I'm very happy, very excited with the knife, and I do recommend this one to do this for everyone who who bought the knife, this one, especially for the reason as I did. So because I want to have some working saw with me and not attach on the blade. So it's much more versatile tool. I got a tip strong, I got a straight edge, nicely sliced. Even I prepared yesterday, I peel off some potatoes. Potatoes, yes, made squares for it. So I try to use it a little bit in the kitchen, which worked good. I mean, not definitely not the best, 5 mm thickness. So that's something, but it is, I would say, without problems. I didn't try to slice tomatoes, do little slices, but guys, this angle, the steep angle of the grind, is made for that. This is not the chef's knife. So that's so. It is great knife. So for someone who want a companion, for as I do now, I got my Bark River tracker here with me. The knife is without saw. So I got a tip, which that knife doesn't have. That tippy tip, I would say, strong tip. I mean sharp tip. That's the, and so now I got nice combination for about 780 grams, about, without the sheath, of course, 780 grams, and I can do plenty of things with that. Only that combination isn't good for food prep. I mean, it is good, I can do it, but it's not the best. With any folder, what I got, especially that Machina Hunter Cold Steel or the Voyager XL, which I have now, they are great to have it on site, or of course I can use it for that things. This zero tolerance is excellent for that, because I put really nice edge on it. This is really sharp as hell now. So thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. I hope you are a little bit surprised that I was, but I expected something like that, and this one made it even better than I thought. Thank you very much. Have a nice time and see you next time. Bye. In the topic of snow, I'd like to share with you some my real story. It is many years. We went to some highlands where I wasn't there before, or I haven't been before. Still learn my English, sorry. And just we came to some cabin where we should sleep and then just carry on. So we did it in this way. So I wasn't there from the time, but when we came there, we just took out our luggage and simply set up the, I would say, camp, but in the cabin. And I needed to go for toilet. Guys, how this one works in a forest. So I just took my knife and just sweater or sweatshirt or something like that. Not even, I'm not sure if maybe some kind of a hat, maybe gloves, and just that was generally said. So all my stuff, except what I had in my military trousers, which that's some kind of cargo with a camouflage, so I call it military. So I usually had so many things in my pockets, so that's good. But what was important, I had not something really much with me, and it was kind of snowy like today. Just snow, some fog. If you see behind me a little bit further, you can see there starts to be a fog or something like that. You can't really see for long distance, maybe 100 meters, and then it's really that. So I've been there for the very first time, as I said. So I went somewhere in the forest. Of course, I'll try always keep the track, keep the way. But it was really snowy, so I went a little bit further than maybe I expected. And where I finished all my things, I said, okay, I have to go back. And then, I don't know, guys, if you got the experience, I said, when I looked around myself, I said, oh God, there was a little bit snowy, the fog. I said, which way I came? I wasn't here there. So, and the panic came into my head. It was really not usual in my eyes, and not, I had not that experience before. So I said, oh, So I said, okay, wait, stop. So I really stopped myself and said, okay, and start to think about these, what, where, you know, these, try to find, looking for my tracks, which came really out because the snowing. So something like here, I believe you can see the tracks. These are definitely today's, but these are here maybe 3-4 hours, no more. So but that snowing was much more stronger. So sometimes, you know, you go, you think about something, you usually had not something like that, oh, I'll be lost in your head. So just then just you go. So I don't know how did I really manage it. So I just took some directions, you know, there was a hill, so, you know, I made a map in my brain and then I went and I found the cabin. But that was really kind of scary for me, and it was for the very first time that situation, and I hope for the last time, never say never. So that was my experience. And sometimes, you know, it is good if you have your stuff with you, even if you think, okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes, because maybe we'll be not back, not in 5, maybe never, nobody knows. So that kind of survival, I had few situations in my life which I can really call survival, because it was really high risk of really serious injury, even life. And this one I call it in that because there was no one I know. It was cold winter, you know. There were my guys, but I don't know where. You know that it was really quiet. You know, like here, like the winter. There's nothing like that. So if you got a similar story, just please share it with me. Put it, let's say, under the video, because it is really helpful, and it really keeps us, I believe, in what everything can really happen. What everything can really happen, because sometimes it looks like, you know, story, oh yeah, a guy survival, playing a game in forest, take a knife and do some camping things, and you call it surviving. Of course, I believe that there are guys which are really strong survivalists. I'm not counting myself in that. So, but with some of my bushcraft skills, I was in army, you know, and these things. So I know something, but definitely not everything. Don't just the basics. And sometimes just keep the mind strong. Don't rush if there is some, you know, something in panic, you know, what shall I do now? Just stop, just naturally keep breath, because I did this time, as I said, a couple of times in my life, where I stopped because I was really in serious situation. I stopped myself and start to think what to do, and it talks me out. Always, as you can see, I'm here, but sometimes happen. Thank you very much.